It's not for me right here, this here for you. When trials and tribulations hit your life, what do you do? Stand tall, let the bricks fall. Do you stand like a man?
Welcome to the Herman Hartman Jr. Show.
I'm your host, Herman Hartman Jr.
Trials and tribulations hit your life, what do you do? Stand tall, let the bricks fall. Do you stand like a man with your back against the wall? It's not for me right here, this here for you.
Hey, welcome to today's episode of the Herman Hartman Jr. Show. This is episode number 3. We're going to keep it running. We're going to keep it in effect, man. I appreciate all the support, everybody who watching the show, everybody who's showing me some love. I appreciate those who hating, because it takes haters to make you go to that next level. But I understand that when I go to the next level, I can't do the same things on the next level that I was doing on the previous level. So I appreciate everybody. I want to point out that the things that I talk about are strictly my opinions and my views on life. If you don't agree with them, I totally understand. No harm, loss, no hard feelings, man. Keep it pushing. But for those who support the show, one love. Keep it 100. All right. So last week I talked about vision and how important it is to have a vision, but most importantly to write that vision down and make it plain on paper so that when you read it, you will run to it. All right. Now, this week, what I'd like to discuss is faith. And I really want to talk about what faith is and what faith is not. All right. So today's episode, we're going to dibble and dabble on the topic of faith. But before we do that, we always got to start the day off right with a quote for the day.
You think it's getting hard, it's about to get rough. You think you're getting weak, you better get tough. The world will turn and it don't stop for nobody. That's why I keep praying, because I know the Lord will guide me.
B.C. Forbes stated, "He who has faith has an inward reservoir of courage, hope, confidence, calmness, and assuring trust that all will come out well, even though to the world it may appear to come out most badly." Alright, so faith is defined as confidence or trust in a person or a thing. Faith is also defined as belief in anything as code of ethics, standards, or merit. And it's also defined as belief in God or in the doctrines or teachings of religion. But I don't agree with that wholeheartedly. I know a lot of people might give me some flack about this, but I don't believe in, the God theory. I believe in the creator of the heavens, of the earth, and of the seas, and all that dwell in them. I believe in the Most High. If you do your homework and your research, you'll see that everywhere in the holy book that they call the Bible, wherever it says God or Lord, that was replaced and put there. They replaced the true name of the creator and of the Most High. But I'm going to let you go do your homework and do your studying and research that and, study to show yourself approved and find that out for yourself. I can't force that on you, but do your homework. All right. But that's the definitions of faith. And, I'm going to just jump on into this little lesson right here, this little teaching about faith and talk about, what faith is to me and how important it is to have faith to back up your vision. I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher. This is not a religious message. This is just, me talking about, how I apply faith into my life. So I hope it helps you out.
This is a struggle of a man.
All right, faith is a word that's often used in vain. Okay, many times as human beings, we confuse the word faith with hope. Hope is a feeling that something desired may happen, but no action is required when dealing with hope. Okay, so contrary to hope, faith must have deeds and actions of obedience to back it up. All right. Faith by itself, which really is nothing but hope, is destitute of power. It's inoperative and it's dead. And as individuals, we have to possess the ability to do or act upon that which we really believe in. Faith must be activated, worked, and in operation in order to produce its desired results. Faith comes from what was heard. It comes from what you hear. All right. You got to realize that what you initially hear, it gives you belief in the powers, trustworthiness, or reliability of a person or a thing. All right. Now, the more you hear it, the more that we develop an ability to have confidence in the truth, the existence, or the reliability of something, although without absolute proof that one is right in doing so. Okay, that's the beginning stages that lead up to faith, but in all actuality, it's still just hope. All right, you're dealing with hope. It's not until your activity becomes consistent with what you heard, what you begin to speak, and what you begin to think, that hope transforms into faith that's backed by power. So, faith is not just what you say, it's more about what you do. You can't just talk about stuff, you got to be about it. You can't just conversate about what you want to do. When you going to start doing it? All right, that's when your faith becomes activated. If you don't have actions behind your faith, then it's just hope. You hoping that you can get to the next level. You hoping that you can start this or that you can do this. But until you start doing something, it's not faith. It's just hope. And that's why the last episode was on vision, because you gotta first come up with that plan and have a vision, and you have to read it, you have to know it, you have to rehearse it, you have to practice it, you gotta say it over and over, because the more you read it and the more you say it and the more you hear it, you're gonna start having faith in it, you're gonna start believing in it. That's why you have to write the vision down and make it plain on paper, so that when you read it, you can run to it. All right, it's not gonna come right away because you're dealing with hope initially. You got to get to the point where your hope transforms into faith. Only way you can do that is by putting actions behind your faith and into your vision and turning that into faith, man. So that's what I feel about faith, and faith is real important. It's a dual package. Faith has to be combined with the vision. You can't have a vision and no faith in your vision. You can't have faith but no vision. How can you have faith if you don't know what you have faith in? All right. So like I told y'all, man, I'm a teacher, not a preacher. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you, oh, sit there and wait on it. Just believe in it. You got to do more than believing. Believing is the first step. But after you believe, you got to start doing something, man. You got to put some action behind what you say you believe. Otherwise, you really just look like a clown. All right, you're really just talking. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. You say you believe it, but your actions don't line up with what you say you believe. Okay. So that's where I'm at on faith, man. And this episode is real important. And it goes with the previous episode. So if you didn't watch that, make sure that you go back and watch the episode that talks about vision, and then you watch this one and you put it together. So now that we kind of have an understanding what faith is and what faith is not, let's take a look at the laws of faith. Once again, if you don't know what a law is, watch the previous episode. I'm not going to continue to go over it, but let's go into the laws of faith.
You got to have some faith in everything that you do. So just stop wasting time.
All right, so my man James, he was able to see that his faith was at work along with his actions. In fact, his faith was made complete by his faithful actions. So law number 1 is real simple. Complete your faith by performing faithful actions. Law number 2. Faith is dead when it does not result in faithful activity. Hey, law number 2 is real simple. If you do not have consistent activity to prove your faith, faith is not really present. Law number 3. Faith comes from what is heard, and what is heard comes through the spoken word of the Creator. So look, in order to have faith and move past the stage of hope, we have to continuously hear that which will build our faith. It's important that we learn to starve our fears and feed our faith. We have to be in tune with the Creator, with the Most High, with Elohim, with Yahweh. All right. In order to do that, man, you gotta be in tune with the right spirit. And that relationship, man, that's daily. All right. That's daily. That's like shooting free throws. Consistent practice to master the skill in order to, make the shot. So it's the same thing with your spirit, man. Daily, you gotta practice putting the right things in your spirit. You gotta practice getting your vision into your spirit. Once you get it into your spirit, you can put some action behind it, turn it into faith, and see some results. All right. But I want to thank you for joining me today. I would ask that, if this episode today was in any way beneficial to you, that you would like, comment, and share this episode. Share the Herman Hartman Jr. Show. I appreciate all the supporters, man. If you ain't noticed, I got on my One Sacrifice hat. Shout out to the homeboy, Mikhail Medice, Morgan City, Louisiana, Mo City, man. You got the One Sacrifice. Visit onesacrifice.com, man, and pick up your gear. You don't have to be a supporter of the message or the belief that the brother has, but support the brother because he has a business, man. So, Mikhail, one love to you, man. Shout out, I appreciate it, man. Shipping was fast too, like 2 days, man. It was on time. So, appreciate that, man. I liked it. I like the hat, man. I like the gear, man. I'm a rocket, man. Onesacrifice.com. Check it out, man.
I know that it gets hard, but you can't quit. You have to try. Understand that when you quit, your spirit, it dies. This a battle. We in the army. The fight is not fair. The enemy is